Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, so we back with another live lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, go get started by facing the east.
Bahashem, Bakakodash.
All right, today we're giving up praises to the Most High, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, can't be his only begotten Son, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shah, the Holy Spirit, which is Bakakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles and the Holy Spirit who taught us His truth. Honor to the brethren who are doing the work to spread the gospel, risking their life and freedom to do so. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, which will be 1/3 of you Israelites, according to Scripture, who will be the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, who are seeking their salvation by returning back to the Most High by hearing and believing on His word. All right, so yeah, hey, we got some articles, and we're just gonna run through them with the scriptures. See what the scriptures say about it. And talk about what it's leading up to. But we got that first one. I'm not finding the scripture. Second Ezra 9. I mean, I didn't realize I was talking about it. So we're gonna start off with Second Ezra real quick. Okay, because it's a reason that we watch the signs. And what's the signs? We'll start at one. The signs will be prophecy that's coming to pass. It was a prophecy of things that's happening in America and around the world. But let's start with that real quick. Just the first verse for now.
All right, first precept of the day, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, when I have told thee before.
So yeah, we measuring the times diligently. That's why when you look at news articles, like for example, we got one that we about to go into. It said it was 25 earthquakes in California in like less than an hour. Roughly paraphrased. But why did they count the earthquakes? They measure, that's a measure. Or they say that the mass shooters went up, 12% from the year before. That's a measure. Measuring the times and how frequent these things happen. Because even on the left-hand side, Esau measuring the times too. That's why they get the doomsday clock. And how that works. They take different happiness and different disasters and wars, and they put it in a mathematical equation. And then based on that equation, that determines where they set the doomsday clock. So even Esau noticed he measured the times diligently too, just as we are. Why? Because his time is short. He the one who he had a race against time. Hey, but time is working in our favor. Because this devil ain't got no more time. So yeah, we measure the time. And Esau do the same thing. That's why they say, like, California ain't got that much rain, and they say like in like 900 years or so. That's a measure. But let's get verse 2. You get one again to go through all the way with you.
2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1 and 2. He answered me then and said, measure thou time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So, based on measuring the times diligently, we can understand that this is time that Yahweh Shah about to return. This stuff ain't happening, increasing in frequency just for no reason. Esau ain't keeping track and keeping record of all these things happening for no reason. Even he understands that when these things begin to happen more, and Yahweh Shah making his second coming. Let's jump to the book of Habakkuk 2. Let's start from the top.
Habakkuk 2, verse 1. I will sit upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
So we the reason we mention the times is as Esau do, we standing upon our watch. Hey, because even on the left-hand side, they standing on their watch too. That's why America looking out for other countries developing nuclear weapons. That's why they measure the different outbreaks and plagues that's going around the earth. Now, that's why Esau got statistics on all the happenings in the world, how often they happen, when the last time it happened. Even Esau standing on his watch too. But see, we don't need none of that because, it's all through the spirit with us. We don't need no proof. We don't need to number anything. We just know that the stuff is happening more and more frequently. So Yahweh Shah about to return. So we stand upon our watch daily to see what we're going to say in these lessons and in day-to-day conversation. All right, bet.
Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth his time. He knoweth that he hath but a short time.
And who's the devil? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. It would be the last Gentile kingdom to be in power before Yahweh Shah returns. For the world calls Jebus. And so what? The devil, Esau, Edom, the white man, know he got a short time. Everything falling apart. Nobody trusts in the government. Nobody want to fight in his military. They money failing. Nobody want to do business with America. America, Europe. And we ain't talking about us. It's white people that's doing most of the rioting and protesting and uprising against their own government. It's white countries. It's white on white crime right now. That's what Ukraine versus Russia is. So they know their time is short. That's why they standing on their watch, just like the prophets are. And that's why they measure the times diligently, just like the prophets are. We measure the time to stand upon our watch to warn our people, so that we can be exempt from judgment. Esau trying to run from judgment. Yeah, that's bad.
God, the book of Habakkuk again, chapter 2, verse 2. And the Adawan answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth.
So the vision is already written. The prophets wrote. So what? We narrate the vision. We adding pictures and video clips and news articles to the vision to make it plain upon tables. You can read, but with the ministry is upgraded due to technology, and it's the Lord's technology, so that the vision can be made clear in these last days. So we can pull precepts, then we can pull news articles, pictures, video clips, and pair it with the precepts. So let's go to. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra. Let's say verse 3. No, we can read it to the first one. 9 and 3. Yeah, we go bring out this first out.
2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world, then thou shalt understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that which were before thee, even from the beginning.
So when you see earthquakes and uproars of the people, we know that the Most High spoke of these things from the beginning as a warning. And what? I was just thinking about an earthquake and uproars of the people, they one and the same. They just play out in different forms. An earthquake, it's a lot of noise, a lot of shaking, and a lot of confusion, same as when you got uproars of the people. Like somebody in the courtroom upset, and it's an uproar of people. They start jumping and stumping, the floor shaking. It's a bunch of noise. So the people in the uproar, and the earth is in the uproar too. But we're gonna hit this first article. Southern California jolted by 13 earthquakes in 25 minutes. And then you already know earthquake, they flooded out. Millions of people ain't got no power. Who knows what conditions they surviving under? But with this massive flooding, just Southern California alone, again, got 13 earthquakes in 25 minutes. What is this on the left-hand side? That's them measuring the times diligently. That's why you got 13 earthquakes, 25 minutes. They're gonna plug that into their doomsday clock formula. So that's Esau taking a measure of the things that's happening Hey, because you know his time is short. So Esau standing on his watch, but we are too. Hey, parts of California were hit by more than a dozen earthquakes overnight, with 13 shaking the state in just 25 minutes. You know, they had a 4.8 earthquake at 12:36 a.m. Just briefly scanning, you know, this is Esau measuring the time diligently by the happiness that's going on. And Esau know what to measure because it was spoke of in the Bible. Just like we just read, the Most High spoke of these things from the beginning. So yeah, again, they got hit the third, what was it? 25 earthquakes in 13 minutes. 13 earthquakes in 25 minutes. So I think you got that first precept. I think you got that. You got that Isaiah 29:6. You got that one.
All right. First precept I got is Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the high of wine, Lord of hosts, with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm, and tempest, and flame of devouring fire.
So yeah, we will be visited of the Lord of hosts, storms, fire, and one of them said earthquakes. And why was there so many earthquakes in like 25, 13 minutes? Because the Lord is drawing closer and closer. And going back to 2 Ezra 9:3, they said when you begin to see upwards of the people and earthquakes, know that the Lord is about to visit the earth.
They're becoming way more frequent.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Way more common, way more stronger. You know, a lot of people say, oh, there's always an earthquake, but not to this magnitude.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't 5.5, 6.6, 7.7. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never been this bad.
Nope, it ain't. Got volcanoes erupting with them. That's tied in with earthquakes. Yeah, so yeah. So that's the reason Esau measured all of this. He's standing on his watch, measuring the times as well. Esau got more sense than a lot of our people. That's why this guy Jake last week, he's like, man, I survived 3 earthquakes.
Yeah.
Well, can you survive 25 earthquakes in 13 minutes?
Right.
Yeah. So, got your next
precept.
You got
Psalms 18:7. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken because he was wrong. So yeah, man, the Lord pissed off as well. That's why he's coming back with great wrath, man. You know, especially over there in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? You got all those people over there, wicked ass people over there. The blood sacrifices they still be doing. You know, all kinds of shit. So, and they even said California in a few years or so it's supposed to be like breaking off from America, man.
Yeah, you heard
like
it. Gonna break up, become an island. We heard California gonna sink.
all that shit.
I hope
man.
it sink.
Me too. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's come back with great wrath and great anger. You know what I'm saying? That just didn't happen for it wasn't just no coincidence, man. The Lord did that shit on purpose.
Yeah, and the prophecies and the happiness, you know, the Lord compares it to birth pains. The woman going into labor, she gonna have contractions. More and more frequent, they're gonna come stronger and stronger. That's what my cousin was saying about the earthquakes. Stronger in magnitude and more frequent. Ain't never been this many that's this strong. 13 earthquakes in 25 minutes. Well, this is all the build up to the ultimate earthquake. As a matter of fact, let's show this ultimate earthquake. This is what this is the build up to. I'm gonna hit Isaiah 24. Yep. That's it. Let's start at 18. Let's go down to 18 to 21.
Now we have the book of Isaiah, chapter 18?
Chapter 24. We're gonna start at 18. I think at 19 we're gonna stop there.
Isaiah 24, chapter 24, verse 18. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pits shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake.
Yeah, so the foundations of the earth is shaking. Again, this is the build up to that ultimate earthquake. So let's go get 19 as well.
Verse 19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly.
So that's going into the nuclear destruction. The earth is utterly broken down. You know, that's why 2 Peter 3:10 say, that the elements will melt with fervent heat, and the work should be burnt up. That's the earth being broken down by this heat. And that's gonna what? That's gonna cleanse the earth. That's why they say it is clean dissolved. But it said the earth is moving exceedingly. So these earthquakes are like birth pains. That's gonna get stronger and stronger until this earthquake, the ultimate earthquake happens. That's up continue to go through.
Verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgressions thereof shall be heavily upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
So yeah, the earth gonna reel to and fro like a drunkard. Because what? With earthquakes, different tectonic plates move. So only portions of the earth may move. You know, a piece of the earth. But it says the whole earth gonna rock to and fro like a drunkard. So these earthquakes that's happening more and more, hey, that's just a build up, and it's the birth pains to show that the nuclear destruction is drawing nigh. Really. That's what you have for that article. All right, that's a good one. I think we're gonna go to the next one because going what we was reading in 2 Genesis 9:3, it said when you see earthquakes and upwars of the people, both of them things is happening simultaneously. You know, wars, rumors of wars, but we're gonna get this article real quick. And for the people that didn't know, Joel Osteen, it was a shooting at his church. And look up the video clips on YouTube. He wasn't sad, he wasn't affected, he was smiling, holding back a smirk, like he just got paid. You know, because that wasn't nothing but a publicity stunt. You know, like, you could tell he got paid because how he was smirking. He was still giving praise and thanks to the Lord. He was completely unbothered. But yeah, you know, the Lord highlighting these pastors. You had TD Power Bottom Jakes, you know, being brought out a couple weeks ago. Now you got Joel Osteen being brought out. You know, nobody not gonna pay attention, but his countenance said everything.
He was saying one. They found over $600,000 in the walls of his church, man.
Checks and cash,
All kinds of shit, man. Nothing but wickedness goes on in the churches.
We know. You know, it's supposed to be a tragedy if somebody should come to your church shooting.
Right.
But we know he got paid for it. Like, yeah, you can have a shooting in my church. You know what you're gonna pay me. All right, so this is the next article. Active shooter reported at Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Texas. I think that's somewhere around the Houston area. Now let's see if we can get up out of this. The Harris County Sheriff's Office said deputies responded to a possible shooting at the mega church shortly after 2 p.m. Let me grab this point. The 2 p.m. Spanish-speaking service had just begun when chaos erupted. You know, erupted, that's the term they use with volcanoes and earthquakes. So I was saying, like, you know, upwars of the people and earthquakes kind of similar. You know, the earth can erupt or the people can erupt. The whole church started praying and declaring Jesus' name. She said, I was like, this might be the last time I get to pray and get to glorify the name of Jesus. So I'm going to do this. One man said he heard 20 to 30 gunshots when he ran out of the mega church. But yeah, you know, and so what it was a woman that went in the church and started shooting. The police officers killed her. It was a shooting at his church, and he got paid for it. As a matter of fact, and then some more info came out that her name was Jeffrey, but she was a transgender. So it's like violent trainees out here. You know what I'm saying? And then it said on the gun, it said like pro-Palestine or free Palestine.
Yeah.
So what? That goes into Egyptian against Egyptian. You got that one?
Just no, I got first one. I got is First Timothy 6.
Let's grab Isaiah 19:2. Yeah. So again, there was a trainee, and it had Free Palestine on the gun. It's going into the upwards of the people, and because go ahead.
Oh, good.
No, you first.
Isaiah chapter 19:2. And I will set the Egyptian against Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom.
So that's talking about Americans. America is spiritual Egypt. That's why the pyramid on the back of the dollar. So what? We seeing the beginning signs of Egyptian against Egyptian. What's that? That's a civil war. You know, with purge. That's why the upwards of the people is such an important prophecy. Just like the earthquakes, it's like birth pangs, the build up to the nuclear destruction, which is going to generate the ultimate earthquake. Or these upwards of the people are also like birth pangs that's going to lead to civil wars in America. And then America is highly segregated and divided. That's why they put that information out there that it was a transgender. You know, because you got straight versus gays, then you got women versus trainees against trainees, and then it said free Palestine on the firearms she had. And Esau, for each classification of people, Esau got a name for it. You know, like the KKK, then you got the left wing, you got the liberals, you got some called Trump supporters. Now you got a group of people called pro-Palestinians. And then they labeled us something as well. But that's all something to classify the people with these different names, you know, to further segregate and divide the people, you know, leading to civil wars in America. You know, they could have left all that information out, that she was a trainee, and the firearm had Free Palestine. Esau trying to rouse up these different spirits. They trying to get the trainees upset because what? Anytime a black man gets shot, so-called black man, you got the what's that movement called? The Black Lives Matter people. Yeah, so what? A trainee just got shot by the police. Don't be surprised if you start seeing protests about trainee lives matter. You know, police violence against trainees. And then somebody might say, oh, she was Palestinian lives matter. Esau trying to rouse up these spirits. That's why he threw that information out there. Okay, real quick. No, you good. Let's jump to. I didn't write it down. Let's jump to 2nd Ezra 15. I think it might be about 14.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Yeah.
For the sword and destruction. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth near, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand.
So yeah, that's the point. You know, we just got Isaiah 19:2. The Lord gonna say Egyptian against Egyptian. They're gonna fight every man against his brother, his neighbor, city against city. What are they fighting with? This ain't no fist fight. So they're gonna fight with swords in their hands. What's the amount of their sword? The AR-15, the Draco, the 9mm. And that's what she was caught with, or whatever it was. But that's what the American people gonna be out here with. And what proves that the sword is talking about firearms since the pandemic, the American people been like hella buying up all kind of firearms, ammunition. I remember during the pandemic, I even bought some ammunition. They had to put a restriction on how many boxes you could buy. I think it was like you could buy five boxes per different kind of ammunition. I remember at one point the gun stores were sold out on their guns. I remember we brought out an article some weeks or some months ago, but it said the Jewish people were starting to buy up a lot of guns. You know, we had all these Islamic leaders, you know, talking about kill the Jews and, you know, making them feel unsafe. you had a bunch of them buying up ammunition and ammo. So yeah, this gonna lead to a civil war. Civil war is here in America. Yeah, that's where yours out. There goes somebody going on the false pastor.
Yeah.
That's right. And then the fact that it happened at Joel Osteen Church ain't no coincidence. Ain't no coincidence that in the past couple years they found him money laundering, keeping checks, money in the walls, and then now you got this publicity stunt of shooting at his church. Publicity stunt is something you do in the media to get attention or to get your name back relevant. And these people with these publicity stunts usually get paid off. So no coincidence that they found money in the basement walls. Now there's a shooting at his church. And he's smiling and smirking the whole time. He got paid for it. And why did this whole shooting need to happen for Esau to rouse up these different spirits? Judah already roused up. You know, Esau already roused up. But, you know, what you would consider minorities, the Palestinian people and the trainees, and Esau got to get them roused up too.
Going into how you say found money in the churches, how it's a publicity stuff for money and shit. I got a piece of 1 Timothy 6:10 and 11. It says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, while some have coveted after they have erred from the faith." And that's the point, man. They erred from the faith and they chose money as they God. You know what I'm saying? They preaching the wrong doctrine, but they signed the CO1, 501(c)(3) charter. You know what I'm saying? They gave up the Lord and everything else what they really supposed to be teaching just for the love of money, man. So they completely going off. Who the hell would cause a publicity stunt at their church just for some money?
Oh yeah.
He's sitting up there smiling and happy and shit, man. And that's Esau for you, man. The ultimate deceiver, the ultimate deceitful, cunning, lying motherfucker, man. What else? What else? Sorry. Without God fleeing these things, the Father rightfully godly faith and patience meekness. Yeah, man. So these dudes don't have none of those things. They are evil, full of wickedness, and full of love of money. So at the end of the day, hey, whatever the Lord do to them, that's what they're gonna get. Whatever they get that's what they're gonna deserve.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. I'm gonna grab this book of Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy. So yeah. Esau make money behind these crises and disasters. And it's the same amongst Edomites that we got wind of. Never let a good disaster go to waste. Similar, something like that. But yeah, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And what did Joel Osteen do? He was humbling himself. You know, talking a good game, like he upset and feel for the people. He go crouching. That's him trying to come to your level and mourn with you. It said, take heed and beware of him. And as we finish up that verse, thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So what? You got to look through this devil. What's a looking glass? That's a window. If a window is foggy, you know, you can't see through it. But the point of a window is to see through it. That's how you got to look at these devils. You know, wipe away their countenance and the words they speak on the surface and look through these devils. And at that adversity come up, verse 17. Matter of fact, let's see 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. So him and all these other Edomites, they speak sweetly with their lips, but anytime something go down, they getting paid for it. He will weep with his eyes. So yeah, he gonna cry with you. You know, he gonna bow down his head and pray with you. He gonna have a group hug with the people. Gonna have a candle lighting event. He gonna be out there with you. So again, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So yeah, even when somebody loses their life, he's not satisfied with that. You gotta capitalize off of that and get paid off of it. Verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. But he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. He will shake his head, he will clap his hands, and whisper much, and change his countenance. And so that's what these Edomites be doing.
Putting on a whole show.
Yeah, shaking his head, clapping his hands, whispering, crying. Like, we should know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. His rust is a metaphor for his wickedness. Iron is going to rust. Esau's wickedness is going to show like that rust on the iron. And it get worse and worse. So you got some more for that?
Yeah. Next piece of our God is Jeremiah. Nope, wrong one. It's Ezekiel 13:7. Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 7. It says, Have ye seen a vain vision, and ye have not spoken a lying divination, whereas ye say, the Adonai Yahweh saith it, albeit I have not spoken. Therefore thus saith the Lord Adonai Yahweh, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore behold, I am against you, saith the Adonai Yahweh.
Yeah, so the Lord against them that speak lies. Then I'm gonna go here real quick. I think it's Psalms 50. I might be searching a little bit. Okay, get 50 and 16.
50:16. What unto the wicked Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
The Lord is sending to the wicked until Esau, Edom, the white man, and the 2/3 of our people that's joining to these devils. What are you doing with the Bible? What are you doing with the word? What are you doing, speaking my words out of your mouth? Let's hit the next one. Psalms 50, 17. So the Lord's asking, what are you doing with my words in your mouth?
Seeing thou hast hated instruction and castest my words behind thee.
And that's ultimately Esau. He hated instruction. And what's the instruction? That's the commandments. That's why Esau purposely encourage and promote you going against the commandments, such as transgenders, such as bacon eaters. Seeing that he cast the words of the Most High behind him, meaning what? He don't regard the laws in the Bible. He's trying to work against prophecy. So what are you doing with the Bible? Seeing that you're wicked and you speaking lies to vanity to the people. But yeah, that's earthquakes and uproars of the people showing that this nuclear destruction is close. That means Yahweh Shah is even closer. As our scripture says, it's a high time to awake out of sleep, so that you can what? Measure the times diligently. You can't count or measure or watch nothing if you asleep. And then that's the 2/3 of our people. Hey, matter of fact, we're gonna get to the last two articles, and we're gonna close off. Let's grab Jeremiah 28.
I got the book of Jeremiah 28:8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
So the prophets before us, they what? Prophesied of war, evil, and pestilence. So what? We should be prophesying the same thing. Joe Osteen, Show and these other Christian pastors. And that's what? That's blowing the trumpet to warn our people. And then the Lord said in the book of Job, blow the trumpet in Mount Zion. That's what we doing. So what? We blowing the same trumpet. It's the same song. This ain't a new sound. This is a sound that went out in the earth, many generations ago. Or the Lord what? He took this sound of this song and he made it new for this generation. A war, evil, and pestilence, we mentioned wars. We didn't bring out no articles, but we mentioned, a nuclear war is coming. Earth and the upwards of the people going to lead to civil wars in America. But, war, evil, and pestilence. And we've been talking about pestilence the last couple of weeks. You know, they don't get enough recognition and prophecy. Hey, but we're gonna bring out some more pessiments today. And this is the one that my cousin sent. Yeah. Kind of just skimmed through it.
Yeah.
It says health officials confirmed first case of bubonic plague in the U.S. since 2015. And the bubonic plague was one of the many things that the Lord used against us in the dark ages to take us out of power. You know, when we start meddling with Esau, putting these devils out the caves, the Black Plague came upon us, which is the worst plague in human history. They say that killed between 70 to over 100 million of our people. And because our numbers got so low, that's how Esau was over to overpower us and come into power. You know, take control of Europe, and then from there came to the Americas. So now let's read some of this. An Oregon resident has been infected with the case of the bubonic plague. Since 2015, the first case of the bubonic plague has been found in an Oregon resident. And another name for the bubonic plague is the Black Death. And that shows you that it was sent amongst our people. Officials say it's little to no risk to the community since the case was identified and treated in early stages. But let's get this. The bubonic plague or the Black Death can progress into more severe and difficult to treat plagues, such as bloodstream infection, such as pneumonic plague. That's a lung infection, if not diagnosed early. Humans typically begin to show symptoms of the bubonic plague within 2 to 8 days of exposure. Symptoms can include sudden onset of fever, nausea, weakness, chills, muscle aches, visibly swollen lymph nodes. Humans can be infected through bites or contact with infected fleas, or animals. Officials warn that the most common animals to carry the bubonic plague are squirrels and chipmunks, mice, and other rodents. So the Eve that ate the mice, she might have the one who got it. So, yeah, I think,
Your neck is red, swollen like a mug.
Yep, red, swollen. She said fever but yeah, you know, nausea, weakness, chills, muscle aches, fever, bloodstream infection, and a lung infection. Let's grab that first one. You got that. Let's grab that Deuteronomy 28. But I might, we might go up one. Let me just get that with you. Let's get that 58. Let's get through 61.
Deuteronomy 28, 58 through 61. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of the law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name, the Adonai Yahweh thy God, then the Adonai Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long countenance, and sore sickness, and long countenance.
So yeah, and most are gonna bring these plagues on our seed. One of the many plagues was the bubonic plague or the Black Death. What we see is resurfacing. But let's see why.
60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they cleave unto thee.
So the Lord said he even gonna bring back the diseases and the plagues of Egypt. That was many thousands of years ago. So yeah, no wonder we seen the bubonic plague brought up, and that was only, less than 1,000 years ago. So the more recent plagues and diseases versus the ancient plagues and diseases, they all gonna be brought back.
61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, then will the Adonai Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
So even the plagues of Egypt and the plagues that's not written in this book, the Lord said He's gonna bring upon our people. And this is going into the curses of Deuteronomy. You know, this been happening. But guess what? This that time of trouble such as never was. Time of Jacob's trouble. So like you were saying yesterday, hey, this stuff about to greatly intensify and wipe out a good portion of the earth's population. So now, you know, the Lord said He's gonna bring back the plagues of Egypt and bring stuff that's not written in this book. Let's actually look back at the plagues of Egypt. Matter of fact, before we look at that, let's put in this other article real quick.
Oh, that other sickness too.
Yeah. So the Lord said we met the plagues of Egypt, as well as those that are not written in this book. So let's get into this. It's another article. Man dies from mysterious Alaska pox. Disease becoming first ever victim of rare illness. So you're gonna hear that a lot. You know, the first ever victim. You know, something being the first of its kind in these last days. How y'all doing? Oh, okay. Bet. Yeah, they probably just got here too. They said no habla inglés. All right, let's grab this. Again, this is the Alaska pox. A virus first discovered in 2015. What he meant to say, a virus that was created in 2015, not discovered, has just claimed its first victim near Alaska. An identified immunocompromised man died from Alaska pox in late January. It says it's unclear how he contracted the virus. Alaska pox, from the same genus as smallpox and monkeypox, was first discovered in 2015 in small mammals. Same as bubonic plague, they say little rodents and stuff carry it. All right, in September, the man noticed a tender red bump in his right armpit and was prescribed antibiotics. So remember that, a red bump under his armpit, or in other words, a boil. And we're gonna show that in the Blue Letter Bible. He then kept experiencing fatigue and pain in his armpit and shoulder and was finally hospitalized. And then there he complained of neuropathic type burning pain. So remember that, a red blister bump. And remember this neuropathic type burning pain. So remember that word burn. That's gonna come up in the scripture too. He then died from malnutrition and kidney and respiratory failure. Respiratory goes into your lungs and your flow of blood.
Hey y'all.
How y'all doing?
What y'all doing?
So we're going into Bible prophecy. So pretty much be the Lord's people. How the Lord destroyed Egypt to free his people. The Lord is going to destroy America to free us in this captivity and take us back to the promised land. So pretty much when it's all said and done, America is going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
Christian church speak about a place underground called hell. That's made up. The lake of fire is America.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and how America becomes a lake of fire. 2 Peter 3:10, it says the elements gonna melt with fervent heat. When you go to Psalms 58:7, it says let them melt as waters. When he bent the bow to shoot his arrow, so these arrows, which is the metaphor for the nuclear missiles, is going to melt this place. Because when you think about a missile, it's pretty much a bow and arrow. And I got a little visual right here. You know, this is a missile, and this is a bow and arrow. So again, Psalms 58:7, let them melt away as waters. When he bent the bow to shoot his arrows, when these missiles gonna melt America. And then before that, they're gonna come out with the mark of the beast. And you know, so you know it's the microchip then. So the dollar gonna collapse, There's gonna be no more paper money.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna be able to buy food, water, pay bills,
Right.
medical supplies, and this is gonna be your digital wallet and your digital ID. Because they always speaking about identity theft, hackers. That they pushed all of that to make people more willing to get this mark of the beast. Then you know this dude Elon Musk.
Yep.
So-
I do.
He just tested his first patient with the brain chip.
Yeah, I think he's the devil.
Oh, and actually too,
He's
that's,
so evil.
and it's not just him. You know, all white
I know
people,
who you finna show.
really just a white man in general.
Yeah.
You got 5 minutes.
I mean, I'm doing something, but I had to see what y'all was up to.
You got YouTube on your phone.
I do.
We're gonna give you our channels, and then maybe you could just listen when you got free time.
I know y'all already telling the truth. I
So-
know about this stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so in the book, we all asked where white people come from. Remember this, Genesis 25:25. It says, and the first came out red all over, and they called his name Esau, because white people ain't really white, they a shade of red. That's why they call themselves rednecks. They know they red, and the Bible describes them as red when Esau was born. Then it goes on to tell you that Esau was a cunning hunter.
So what that mean when you say a shade of red?
So-
I know people think white people ain't real. They not really white. They not. They are. I don't know. It's kind of messing with my head a little
So-
bit.
so-
I think they too much.
So they not white when we say a shade of red. They pink in appearance, which pink is a pale form of red. So that's why I got a red baby right here and a red man. And when you read the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and 4, it tells you that Edom, that they the border of wickedness. So when you see that term wicked in the Bible, it ain't just anybody who you want to apply it to. The wicked would be the house of Edom.
So white people wicked.
Yeah, they the wicked. If you had more time, we would break it down with the scriptures, but the Bible calls them the wicked. And in Malachi 4:1, it speaks about the wicked and those who do wickedly. Our people do wickedly, but they're not the wicked. Kind of like if you got a good child and a bad child. A good child might do something bad, but he's not a bad child. And that would be us. We would be the holy people that do bad things, but we're not the wicked. But they are the wicked. So no matter how much good they do on the earth, we was just going into that they the wicked. No matter how much good they do.
I have heard that. I have heard that so many times. I'm like, God help me. So do you guys belong? What church you guys belong to?
So
Y'all don't belong to church.
no, so we don't deal with the church because a lot of this stuff, the church not gonna teach. Like for example, the reason.
They not already know.
So this is the Lord's people. The African Americans, Native Americans, and the Latin Americans. We all got a similar history of being oppressed by the wicked.
Would y'all by the chance be Israelites?
Oh yeah. So you are too. So when people say, "Are we Israelites?" They
Man,
think.
look, I'm gonna put it this way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to cut you off.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm a child of the King of Kings. I'm a child of God.
So-
I have accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I love the Lord. I follow Jesus. But the thing that you're saying makes sense. I get it. I do. So what you're saying, you haven't said anything wrong yet. The only thing get me, is from what I read in the Bible, was that he has no respect for person. So that means to me that even whatever color you are,
That's what it means.
he didn't pick no white, he didn't pick no black. I'm stuck on that. I'm sorry.
So
I cannot like the white people because they on this earth but us.
So
Y'all don't like white people. I know the Israelites don't.
the Bible don't. King David said,
I haven't read in the Bible where it say they didn't like white people.
I can show you. We
I
can
need
go
a
there real quick.
You got a script?
Yep.
I got my Bible. Y'all see how y'all you can see.
So we gonna
I'm
go
getting
to
studying this Bible.
you go to Psalms. I think it's Psalms 137. So this is Romans.
Tell me I ain't been busy.
So this is Romans 9:13. It says, "As it is written,"
What Bible you reading from?
King James. So
Okay, keep that. That's
so
what I do.
okay. So Romans 9:13. as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
That's right.
That's some people right there. So,
How y'all know Esau was the white people?
because
I need to know.
so
How
we
y'all know he white?
so we just go to the scriptures on because
Scripture is the best way to go, I tell you.
so when we go to Genesis 25 and 25, all right, we're gonna have to go up a little bit. So Isaac and Rebekah, they were older, they didn't have children, they prayed to the Lord. The Lord allowed Rebekah to get pregnant. So this is that backstory, this is starting at verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. So children, she was pregnant with more than one child, she had twins. She said, if it be so, why am I thus? She went to inquire of the Lord. So she was asking the Lord, if you bless me with this pregnancy, why am I having such a rough time? Verse 23, the Lord has said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. So these 2 children will lead to 2 different nations, 2 different types of people, 2 different races of people. And it says, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. We know we totally different from them as people. They power hungry, greedy, they kill up everything. And we usually more family oriented. We do a lot of bad stuff because we oppressed. But this
We press.
oppressed. So again, two nations are in thy womb, 2 manners of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and 1 people shall be stronger than the other. We know that we the stronger, how we dominate sports. And it says, and 1 people shall serve the other shall serve the younger. So that we get to the point. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. So when the Lord says it's going to be 2 manner of people separated, 2 nations, sometimes you see twins be opposite. So that's what we're about to see here. Verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And it says, after that came out his brother, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. They didn't describe how Jacob looked, because Jacob looked like everybody else. Dark brown skin, a smooth baby. But it described how Esau looked because he looked different. Because in the book of Genesis, when the Lord created people on the earth, there were no white people. But the reason it said Esau came out red all over was like, yo, this ain't normal.
So he said Esau hate.
Jacob have you loved,
Jacob loved.
and Esau have I hated. So when we say truth to the business,
How we know what color Jacob was?
because Jacob looked like everybody else. So in Genesis, when it says that the Lord formed man from the dust of the ground, what color is the dirt? Different shades of brown and dark brown.
The darker it is.
Yup.
So what make y'all think that you black people the only one gonna make it from the white folks?
I said making it to the kingdom.
Yeah.
So a lot of people. So the kingdom of heaven is only for His people, Israel. Like we said, are we Israelites? A lot of people think it's a group. It's not a group. It's a bloodline. So people could say I'm not an Israelite, but if your forefathers come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're an Israelite. And the Bible said that we will discontinue from our heritage. So the kingdom of heaven is only for Israelites. So everybody else will be in our kingdom as servants, as slaves. So the Bible says in Revelation 13:10, he who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. So they led us captive, so they're gonna go captive in our kingdom. And that's not just white people, that's Africans, because all black people are not the same. Different Africans, Chinese, Japanese, East Indian, East Arab. But we gonna continue with Esau. He said, how we know Esau white? Well, first, he's the red man. That's why they call themselves rednecks. What color is Santa Claus cheeks? They're usually rosy red.
Y'all don't believe in no Santa Claus.
No, but you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they supposedly be red cheek. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but to show that they made him red because they the red people. Now we're gonna continue reading down here in verse 27, I believe. It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. and a man of the field. What people like to hunt for sport? White people do. You know, they're not hunting for food or survival. They got a saying, the thrill of the kill. You know, hunting is just a sport or a game to them. So say Esau was a cunning hunter. When you go to their house, they got bearskin rugs, they got deer antlers, deer skulls on their fireplace.
They take off a whole week of work just to go deer hunting.
So yeah, if we gonna get into that, we from Michigan and we got hunting season. And when hunting season starts, ain't none of the white boys in school, ain't none of the white men at work because they out hunting. And then too, how they hunt these animals, they hunt us in the city streets. And they do that by their police force. So it said Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field. A man of the field, that's why you got something called a crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
You know, they out in nature trying to conquer nature. They gotta go to the depths of the ocean floor and die in the submarine. They gotta climb the tallest mountain. You got storm chasers. They gotta chase a tornado. They got whitewater rafting. They gotta conquer the sea.
I got it.
Oh yeah.
You say on Earth, like this Earth, you say people think hell is another place, but here on Earth still, right? It's gonna be burnt up. It's gonna be so. If this is hell we living on already, then where's heaven?
So heaven and hell is played out here on earth. So hell and heaven are only conditions. So when people say I'm going through hell, we literally going through hell. Can you get Revelation 20 and 14 real quick? We're gonna show that hell and the lake of fire are two different things.
Oh yeah, hell and lake of fire are two different things. But I was saying, you saying this? I know this place is gonna be destroyed.
So
if this is hell we living on, where is heaven?
so
Is this heaven too?
this is our hell, but it's their heaven. But the Lord said, first gonna be last, and the last gonna be first.
Wait a minute, you said who's heaven? It's your heaven.
Esau said,
so-called white man.
the white man, Esau, this is his heaven. Heaven is only a rulership, it's a kingdom. When it says the kingdom of heaven, this is their kingdom. But the kingdom of heaven is going to be established on earth. The Lord is not going to take people to the spirit world where He's at. We gonna show kingdom of heaven going to be on earth. If you go to Revelation, I think it's 21. She said she knows lake of fire or hell not the same.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's start from the top. Let's get 1 and 2.
Revelation 21 and 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
So the first heaven and the first earth passed away. So what the nuclear missile is gonna do is gonna melt everything to cleanse the earth. Just like the Lord flooded it with Noah, He flooded it to clean it. So for example, if you got like a grill, you might spray it down with the water hose to clean it. If that don't work, you gotta burn it up. So that's what the Lord gonna do with these nuclear missiles. But it said it was a new heaven and a new earth. If we go to verse 2, it reads, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. So New Jerusalem, this is really a metaphor for the people, but New Jerusalem is going to be established in the earth.
This is the people before its place.
Yep. So yeah, kingdom of heaven gonna be here in the earth. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be our kingdom. How they got their own laws, our laws are going to be the laws and commandments of the Bible.
So we on the same page about there is a real God.
Oh, definitely.
And
Definitely.
then you believe that Jesus is the Son of God.
Yep. So
Okay.
so
that,
so
Just
we
not
use
that, just not that name.
so we use the Hebrew name.
what y'all use?
So
Yahweh.
that's close, but that's not it. So
What do you mean? What name?
So-
you don't use the word God or
so God is just the title. So
heard
so
that too.
yep. So like how you might got a king or a governor, that's just the title. So the true name of the Heavenly Father would be Yahweh. The name of His Son would be Yahweh Shai. And the scriptures tell us that their names will be similar. We're gonna show you that real quick. Can you get Proverbs 30 and 4? We're gonna show you that the names should be similar.
Oh, y'all brothers are
Cousins.
just close friends. Oh, okay.
We're gonna show that the names are similar though.
Y'all hear pretty deep?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Proverbs 30 and 4.
Two more scriptures.
Yeah, I'm
Ma-
trying to feed the hungry. I don't want their food to get cold.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
got some warm food.
Just hear these two scriptures real quick.
Okay.
Hey, you got a phone so you can take a picture of this? Okay, we'll let you get a picture. But yeah, so you feed them every Monday?
I just come out.
We'll be out here next Monday around 3 o'clock, 3:30. So if you're able to come up, we can ask some more questions. And
I've been seeing y'all here for about, I seen y'all here yesterday or the other day or something. I saw y'all, I didn't get a chance to find.
Sometime last week.
so
Hold that up for me again.
we out here every Monday about 3:30.
Got it.
You come out here next Monday, and we're going to some more questions. Oh, and we got pictures to show that these actually
Okay.
Moses,
Oh, my
King
goodness.
David, look, even the holy angel.
This is like Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, right. And these are real paintings from back in the day. David, Moses, even the holy angels. Angels had afro and curls. Mother, hey, Mary looked more like you.
Well, I've been there. Soul identity theft. Oh my gracious. Y'all, this is a lot. This is where you really got to sit down and take time. But y'all, I've been here for at least 10, 15 minutes, I know.
Oh yeah, yeah, identity theft. You know, identity theft is a serious crime. So how much more of a serious crime is it when you take the identity of the Lord's people and put your image to be the face of God? Let's get these last.
So
three
y'all
seconds.
here on what day?
Mondays between 3 and 3:30. We're gonna arrive every Monday.
3 and 30 on Monday.
Uh-huh.
Only Mondays.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, 3 minutes.
And these two.
We're gonna show you these real quick.
3 minutes.
These about the names of the Lord. Proverbs 30 and 4. Who has ascended into the heaven or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in the garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell?
It said, what is his name and what is his son's name if you think you know? Because if you ask everybody, do they know the name of God and his son? Everybody gonna say, yeah. But this is a suggestion that they really don't. But also it said, what is his name and what is his son's name? They worded it like that because if you can say his name, the name of the Father, you can just about say the name of the Son. So again, that's why I say, what is his name and then what is the son's name? So what is his name? Yahweh. What is the son's name? Yahweh Shai. Now we're going to narrow it down. Let's get Exodus 23 and 21. Yeah, we started at 20.
All right. Exodus 23 and 20. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in thy way, to bring thee into the place which I have prepared.
So that angel got a capital A. So not a regular angel, but a top angel, being the Son of God himself. So let's continue.
21. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgression. For my name is in him.
The Lord said, obey his voice, his voice is the word. And he said, can you read that last part again?
For my name is in him.
He said, my name is in this angel. So the name Yahweh is in the name Yahweh Shai. So the Lord put his name in his son's name. Like a lot of us might do, our son might be a junior. So the name Yahweh is in the name Yahweh Shai. Every time you say the name of the Son, you're glorifying the name of the Father. And then I got a little screen recording that they got these names written in stone. I'm gonna show you that before you go real quick. And just so you can know what the two names are, with evidence based on the scripture and archaeology. And I'm gonna show you this real quick. I delete that number. I see Jesus, Jehovah, don't line up. Yahweh, Yeshua, don't line up. You know, the name's gotta be a perfect match. Man, I've been looking at this all day. You hold that up, cuz. So I'm looking for the video. You see that right there? That's Bridge Stone. I think it's New Mexico or Arizona. So let's get it a little bit. Right there. The name Yahweh. That's what we got right here. So Jesus, Jehovah. Oh, okay. I kind of pointed out you got the backwards looking EF.
Yeah,
Backwards looking EF right here. You got the backwards looking Y. That's what we got right here. The backwards looking EF again. And it kind of zigzaggy backwards EZ thing. That's written in stone. So Jesus, Jehovah ain't written in stone. They don't line up with the scriptures. Yahweh, Yeshua ain't it either.
They changed his image, they changed his name.
Yep. Because what did they do in Egypt? When the children of Israel started calling upon the name of the Lord heard their cries and their oppression in Egypt. So us turning back to our heritage, the Lord will hear our cries once again and get us up out of this. I'm gonna have you take a picture of this YouTube channel. You can just type it in. But yeah, you can come out here. Next Monday, 2:30. We'll be out here. All right, we look forward to seeing you.
Okay. I need to write that down. I'm so forgetful. If you don't see me, don't think I'm a liar. I'm
good.
Day Monday,
Don't
and
forget
y'all
these.
coming next week. So
Don't forget these names though, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
I think I took a picture. That's when. Let me take a picture
Yep.
of it.
Forget the name.
I'm gonna look at that when I get home.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you guys for teaching me some things.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, definitely. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I don't know if people don't want to stop. Y'all can keep on working. Keep
Oh,
on
definitely.
going. You can't make people do what you trying.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
God
ma'am.
bless you both.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
I say it
definitely.
right? You want me to say God or what do I say?
Oh, you can say, I mean, you can say God the Most High. You just gotta get away from them J names.
Okay, so
No Jesus, no Jehovah, no Yahweh, no Yeshua.
Because
None of that.
Jesus,
but I feel like y'all have to excuse me because when I talk to people,
it's a habit.
you haven't heard this stuff. It's a lot on your mind,
Uh-huh.
you know, because I've been calling the name of Jesus. I've been calling the Most High God. And so when y'all tell me to say something else, I have to ask God, the Most High,
Yeah.
to help me because I need to learn these things. I need to know these things. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's where I'm at. My head is, but it get full like
It's a lot at once.
it's a lot.
Just pray through it and ask the Lord to, to work with your mind, show you the truth. We already showed with the scriptures that the name should be similar,
Wow.
but we're just gonna get more on this name Jesus because the 1611 King James Bible, this is the first King James Bible, there was no J in it. So what was his name back then when the Bible was first published?
But then why people talking to Yahweh?
That's just more dust to confuse our people. Like, look at the name. When we look at it in Greek, we say Jesus, but let's see how it's pronounced.
Okay.
That's for the name Jesus because there was no J. So it was spelled IESOUS. Because the letter J was created like in the 1600s.
How did he say it? Jesus?
Jesus, that's where you get the Greek god Zeus. So Jesus is just a play on Zeus.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm glad I stopped by. Thank you, guys.
I'm glad you did too.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you Mondays 3. If we're not out here at 3, we'll be out here by 3:30. So in that window.
I'll see you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Take care. God bless you both.
Thank you so much.
Sagalot.
Hey, that's the spirit.
We already up.
Hey, that's the spirit. Put that too. Oh shoot, hold on.
It's a lot.
Shoot, I'm gonna look on the phone. Let me see.
Couple of them. King 777.
King Servant Yahweh Shah 777. Hey, Shalom to the brother Thahawam Lab. Shalom to the brother Enos. Shalom to the daughter of Yahweh. Shalom to the sister Saraya. Shalom to the brother Kalad, the brother Yahweh, the brother Mayaka Allah, and the elder Sagalah.
Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah.
God bless you, Shabbat y'all. Okay, yeah, I got that Sagalah. Bet. You sent the word for angel, Exodus 23:20. Goes back to Malak. As you know, Lord and Lord, King of Kings.
Yeah.
So that's So yeah, we was gonna pull up that next article.
Okay.
I think I did.
You put both of them.
So we put up both.
Black Plague and the Alaskan.
The Alaska pox. So yeah, in the Alaska pox, they said that he had a boil, a red bump under his armpit. That he had this neuropathic burning sensation in his shoulder. So let's see how that lines up with the curses in Deuteronomy. You know, because all these plagues and this pestilence gonna come back. Let's jump to Deuteronomy 28. Let's get 21.
Deuteronomy 28 and 21. Deuteronomy 28 and 21, it says, the Hadawan shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee off the land whether thou goest to possess it. Keep going.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the Lord will make the pestilence cleave to us. Then we got previously around Deuteronomy 28, 58, 59, he gonna bring back the plagues of Egypt and every plague that's not written in the book. So that includes everything else that we gonna experience or see.
Verse 22. The Lord, the Hadawan shall smite thee with the consumption and with the fever, and with the inflammation, and with the extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
So the Lord said he gonna smite us with consumption. Let's look up this word consumption in the Blue Letter Bible. It says a wasting disease of the lungs. And we know that the bubonic plague that they spotted in Oregon just recently, they said that if you go on checks, it would lead to a blood infection and it would lead to a lung infection. They call it the pneumonic infection. You know, and then we know also too that the COV and different forms of the SARS virus, it affects the lungs. So this consumption goes into various lung disease and illnesses. So the Lord said he will strike us with consumption, and it says with a fever. Most diseases and viruses, one of the many symptoms is a fever. That's the body's response, immune system taking action. And it says with inflammation, one of those and it says,
John 3:16.
oh, that's the spirit. All right. So yeah, inflammation, it says a burning fever or inflammation, which most disease and illnesses, especially in this generation, it started by inflammation in your cells. That's what initiates an immune response. But it says the Lord will strike us with consumption, with fever, with inflammation, and with extreme burning. So the dude who had the Alaska pox, when he had the red bump under his underarm pit, And then he went to the hospital. He said he felt a burning sensation in his shoulder region. So yeah, that's that extreme burn. Can also go into a fever, the body heating up, heat illness. And it says, and with the sword and with blasting. And blasting, it breeds a blight of crops. Then we go to the root word. Matter of fact, let me go to mildew. And then when a blight of crops, that's the plague cleaving to the crops. Then it says he was minus with mildew. It reads paleness, rather of persons, from fright, or from plants from drought. Plants being green and yellow. You might have picked up some green vegetables, they don't be green all the way. Or you might have picked up some strawberries, they don't be red all the way, they be kind of white. That's that blight and mildew. In other words, a plague that's cleaving to the crops. Yeah, but the point is, the Lord said he would hit us with fever, a wasting away lung disease, extreme burning and itching, inflammation, until we perish. So yeah, this is the big that the Lord is bringing back for judgment. Are we gonna see? Let's grab your last precept for the articles, whatever you had left.
Kind of sandwiched that with Leviticus. Leviticus 26:14. It said, if you will not hearken to me, and will not do all these commandments, ye shall despise my statutes, or your soul abhor my judgment, so that you would not do all my commandments, so that ye should break my covenant. I will also do this unto you. I will appoint you over you terror, consumption, and burning ague, A-G-U-E. That shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. Ye shall sow your seed in vain, and for your enemy shall eat it.
And yeah, the Lord gonna consume us. Pestilence, plague, and a sword who don't turn back to Yahweh lies to me out of shot. I'm gonna grab this real quick if we're gonna get the comment board, Exodus 9:9. Because remember, the Lord said he'd bring back the plagues of Egypt. And the Alaska pox, one of the symptoms was him having a boil under his armpit. So if you're gonna hit Exodus 9:8, and the Lord said to Moses and to Aaron, take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. And it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt. It shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 10, and they took the ashes of the furnace, stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up toward heaven, and it became a boil breaking with blains upon man and beast. Now in the Blue Letter Bible, we're going to get this word boil. Boil, it says a boil, an inflamed spot, which could be a bump, inflammation, eruption. Now we're going to get this word blains. It reads blisters or boils going into a bump, that swells up. And the Alaska pox dude, that's what he had under his armpit was a boil, bringing back the plagues of Egypt. And the Alaska pox, everything that's not written in the book.
All right, precept Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done, which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So just how the Lord, before he came back to save his people out of Egypt, he was plaguing that place with pestilence and all these diseases. He's doing the same thing here, man. And that shows proof that the Lord is on his way back. All these brand new diseases, all these earthquakes and famines coming out of nowhere, just regularly not. The Lord, his return is closer than we think, man.
Right, like we said, like the earthquakes. Esau measuring the times diligently too. Yep. That's why you got a doomsday clock. The different earthquakes, they put that in their calculations. Up wars of the people, wars and rumors of the wars. They put that in their calculations. Even the different outbreaks of the plagues and diseases, they put that into their calculations for the doomsday clock, showing you what? That the Lord is about to visit the earth that he made.
Yep.
And these are all birth pains. You know, the earthquakes is a birth pain to that ultimate earthquake, the nuclear destruction. That's gonna cause the earth to reel to and fro like a drunkard, upwards of the people. That's birth pains for civil wars and purges in America. The different outbreaks of these diseases and ancient diseases coming back, hitting the people. Those are birth pains to probably the disease X that they say gonna be 20 times more deadlier than the COV. So this is all the buildup. So yeah, we measure this stuff to stand upon our watch, but Esau doing it on the left-hand side too. So we got all that. We gonna hit the hit the comic board real quick. Let's from the brother King serving Yahweh Shah. Let's hit Mark 13, 28 and 29. And again, the water, everybody that's tuning in, saluting us and posting precepts. How about you start rocking down to y'all and to the other hopefully relay.
Mark 13 and 28. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When her branches is yet tender and putteth forth leaf, you know that summer is near. So ye in like manner, when you shall see these things come to pass, know that it is near, even at the doors.
So we really at the door of the kingdom. Why? Because all this stuff is coming to pass. Because what? The place where the evil is sown got to pass away before that which is sown is good come. So this place passing away is because we're approaching the door of the kingdom of heaven. And Lord willing, we get to make it through these trials and tribulations to make it into the kingdom. Let's grab this, let's get verse 30 as well. I didn't even see that.
Mark 13 and 30 now. And it says, verily I say unto you, that this generation shall not pass till these things until all these things be done.
Hey, that generation is back now. That's why even those who pierce Yahweh Shah, they gonna weep, wail, and mourn at his return. And then that what? Once we will begin to see these things happening, that lifetime, that generation that see these things happening, that generation is going to see the return of Yahweh Shah. So we've been seeing this stuff happening, you know, more and more gradually, you know, going back to the 90s. So this is a generation that's going to see the Lord's return. This one, Elder Sakalat, let's grab that in 2nd Maccabees. And let's hit 19 and 20.
What chapter?
Oh, chapter 5 and 19. We're gonna get 19 and 20.
Second Maccabees chapter 5, 19 and 20. Nevertheless, Yahweh did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake. And therefore the place itself that was partaken with them of the adversity that happened to the nation, then afterward communicated the benefits sent from the Lord, and as it was forsaken in the wrath of the Almighty. So again, the great Lord being reconciled. I said that right?
Yep, reconciled, yep.
Reconciled. It was set up with all glory.
So yeah, you know, again, this is showing you that Israel is a people before it's a place. You can take the people out of Israel, but you can't take the Israel out of the people. So, you know, that was the land flowing with milk and honey. You know, the richest piece of land in the earth. So that's why the Lord set us there. And I just caught this, Lord willing, maybe to put words to it. And therefore the place itself that was partaker with them of the adversity that happened to the nation. So what? The land of Israel been taking part in the adversity just as we've been taking part in the adversity. So what? The land of Israel been suffering just as the people been suffering. So that what? We're going to be reconciled together and be set up in glory. Because, you know, Israel was destroyed by the Babylonians. It was destroyed by the Greeks and the Romans. Now you got trainees having pride parades all throughout the land.
Right, the biggest Pride Month parade over there in Israel.
Yup. And now Israel get bombed to death right now. So the land of Israel and the people of Israel is being trodden down to the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Yep. So yeah. So the land and the people was forsaken in the Lord's wrath, but He's gonna reconcile it and set up the land and the people both up in glory. Hey, she said the lady saw us because we're in the highways and hedges. That's what Zachariah said, and that's the importance about coming out, because people need to hear the word.
Rain, cold, heat.
Oh yeah, straight up.
We was in the rain yesterday, prophesied to
Last weekend or week before.
2 days in a row. 2 weeks in a row with that.
Let's see if this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, 27 and 28. Oh, that's the spirit, because we just talking about that.
And it says, 2 Ezra 6, 27 and 28, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
That truth is being declared right now. The Lord said, Habakkuk 2:14, roughly paraphrasing, the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord. That's the truth flourishing. So it says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. That word evil and that word deceit lines up with a nation of people. In other words, Esau is being overcome. And that's why I say corruption shall be overcome. Because the evil, the deceit, the corruption, it comes from a people. You say you should know a tree by its fruit. Well, this evil fruit comes from a corrupt tree. That's Esau. As for faith, it shall flourish. A faith ain't just a belief. It ain't just a concept. This faith lines up with a nation of people. You know, we poor in the earth, but we rich in faith. And it said what? That the Lord created, I'm roughly paraphrasing, that we was created with faith in the womb. So yeah, let's get So yeah, in Exodus 23 and 20, behold, I send an angel before thee, got a capital A, but that word there is Malak, you know, for king. And we know that's the Lord and Lord and King of Kings, Yahweh Shai. And but yeah, war, evil, pestilence, sword, all kind of stuff that we seen and never seen before, you know, is coming back. And the Lord is calling his people to repentance. You know, why will you die, O house of Israel? You know, because everybody who don't turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hey, they gonna perish. But yeah, this be a close out. I ate the water for everybody that tuned in, Lord willing. We'll be back out next weekend.
All right, shalom.
Yeah, let's face it easy. Give our praise on the glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
All right, Lord willing. Till next time, shalom.
Shalom. Enos, Miss Enos, he had posted something.
Let's grab it real quick.
My bad, Enos. Ezekiel 21 and 31. Thou shalt be fuel to the fire. Thy blood should be in the midst of the land. Thou shalt be no more remembered, for I the Lord have spoken it.
Oh dang, hey, that's a deep one. Mm-hmm. I gotta go back. Look at that one. That's second Corinthians.
No, that's the Ezekiel 21, 32. That was
Ezekiel 21:32. Yep. Let's go there real quick.
Then the other one was 2 Corinthians 11 and 22.
Okay, bet.
I guess he was saying because remember she said I'm a child of God, I'm not an Israelite type shit. And that's when I think that's when he posted on for her when she said that crap.
Oh yeah. So yeah, to be a child of God, you gotta be an Israelite. Those are the children of God spoken of in Romans chapter 9. Because anybody outside of that seed, they're the children of men. They say they're not the children of God.
You got the Ezekiel?
Yeah, what was it, 21? You said,
Ezekiel 21:32.
Yeah, thou should be fuel for the fire. That's also, I think that's in the book of Isaiah too, that people are going to be fuel for the fire. Thy blood shall be in the midst of the land. Thou shall be no more remembered, for the Lord has spoken. And that's going to be the fate of our people. They don't turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. What was that, 2 Corinthians?
2 Corinthians 11 and 22.
2 Corinthians 11 and 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. So that's the point. Israelites, that's not a group. That's not a religion. You know, it's not a gang, it's a bloodline of people. So whether you claim you an Israelite or not, your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you an Israelite. Because it's a bloodline based on the lineage of your fathers.
Not about what you think you are, what you want to be.
Yep. And Paul wasn't a Roman. That's why he said this. Goes the same for Cornelius. Really everybody that got a book in the Bible. Anybody that was any importance, they was all Israelites. You know, that's our heritage.
And that's what the book is for Israelites.
Yep, for Israelites, by Israelites. Kind of like that FUBU.
Yep.
But yeah, you know, the water for everybody that tuned in. Lord willing, we'll be out next weekend. All right, Shalom.